That's why Trump's going to be the next president, because he's taken this time off, and it's so beautiful because we haven't had Trump and we want some. It's like, hey, when's the last time you had some Trump? You know what? I haven't had any Trump in a coon's age. I love some Trump. And everybody's thinking like, yeah, you know what? I hate his fucking guts, but I could go for Trump too. You know what? And then boom, he's back on Twitter. And he's on all the talk shows. And
you're making sense, Kyle, because my whole argument is that Trump's act is a little worn out. We've all heard it before. Every time I hear Trump play the greatest fucking hits of, I actually won the election and build the wall or whatever. Tired and late.
This is the one. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read this in Trump voice because
it's going to be a Trump Clarence Thomas team up. That's what you guys don't get. It's fucking what is it? Schwarzenegger and in Predator. That team up. That team up. That's what it's going to be. You son of a bitch, pencil pushing.
Hold on, I want to read this. I want to read this thing in Trump voice that Woody just linked because it's very funny. This is Donald Trump with a post talking about Elon Musk, and the photo is Donald Trump sitting there smiling broadly and Elon standing there autistically. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many, many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies, it'd be worthless. Worthless, I say. And telling me how he was a big, big Trump fan and Republican. I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. This man is hilarious. That is so
rocket ships to nowhere.
That is so funny. Rocket ships to nowhere. And I tell them, and believe me, I could have asked him to suck my cock. He would have said, thank you for the privilege.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think Trump's right? Like Trump's onto something. Sure. And I look at the two of them standing there. I'm trying to figure out who's the winner, right? Elon Musk could buy Donald Trump and not notice the money missing from his bank account. But Trump's the one with the power. Who's
Trump
the cool
was
one?
president. He's way cooler than Elon Musk.
Yeah, Trump is. Look,
Elon Musk is the most wealthy person to have ever existed on this planet.
Trump's funnier. That's where I come in. Trump's Trump way funnier than Elon.
I think I made the point during Trump's presidency that during that time he was the most powerful man who'd ever lived.
Yes,
he absolutely was during his tenure. Trump for 4 years. Trump was the most powerful man who had ever lived. And it was probably more powerful every day because he just put more money into the military, right? Like, it's not like the military wasn't stronger on his last day than it was on his
when
first
he took over. The army had no bullets, he said.
Well, he armed them the fuck up, all right? He bought bullets and missiles and tanks and jeeps and trucks of all kind, and the economy roared and our gasoline was cheap, and we were all safe and happy. And don't worry, because it has been a long time since we've had any Trump, and everybody's kind of hungry for Trump. It's like you have you ever gone like 3 years without Chinese food, and you're like, oh yeah, General Tso's chicken, that shit is good.
You've gone years without Chinese food?
Yeah, I'm not a big. It's hard to find good Chinese food. Like they use that really stringy chicken that you're chewing on. And you like.
I had Chinese food in Hartwell like a month ago. They're not known for their Chinese cuisine.
No. That's where I kind of came from. Okay, here in Atlanta, there's some delicious Chinese food. It's like all white.
Well, there's Chinese people to make the food.
There is a Chinaman right there behind the counter taking your money. I know it's authentic. That's how you know they don't like money.
Mm-hmm. Well,
there was a dude named Zed who made the Chinese food in Hartwell.
It's a black guy. Yeah, it's a black guy making Chinese food back there. It's awful.
Yeah,
I just like. As far as Trump is concerned, like I get people not liking Trump. He's an incendiary guy. But to say he's not funny or not entertaining, I think that is beyond the pale. I think he is very obviously the funniest politician in history.
Hang on. What do we got here? Like, we got some audio for this?
What are you, a bullshit artist?
Yeah, let's start it over and listen.
Look at me. I'm red and I paid black people to be here.
Hang on a sec. We got
Another one of our highest priorities under a Republican Congress will be to stop left-wing censorship and to restore free speech in America. And go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that.
Hot as a pistol.
Leon, I tell you what.
Hot as a pistol.
Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From me, fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. He's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, "Oh, I've never voted for a Republican." I said, "I didn't know that." He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be behind it.
Oh,
Dude,
man. Come on.
That's so
Woody,
funny.
Just let us have him. Let us have him for 4 years. You can go back to taking over the world and eating bugs and stuff. Just let us have him.
Let's have 4 more years.
My argument had been that Trump's scene is tired. I'm tired of him saying I actually won the election. Right? He's been saying that since the first one when he said he actually got more votes. I was tired of him talking about the wall. The same bullshit, the same greatest lines. You go to his thing and they'll lock her up, chance.
Yeah. Take her coat.
It's not interesting anymore. But this is new material. Trump is coming out with all new material for next election. I kind of want to hear it. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a funny guy. He's an entertaining guy. And if the alternative is like him causing a bunch of problems for people in politics, I would prefer that to a bunch of soulless people like Kamala and Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz and Buttigieg and all those guys.
Yeah,
you left out. You included my favorite.
I included the clear. I included the clear CIA agent in it. Yeah.
But Judge, Buddy Judge,
CIA agent, Buttigieg.
I think he's like obviously a government agent. They were like testing the marketability of a gay candidate last election cycle.
He's a robot.
They were like, that's how market testing goes. Like they wanted to see how it would work.
Who's they?
The DNC.
Watch it.
The DNC.
So the DNC wanted to market test whether a gay man could win.
Yeah.
So they
of course, like that's very.
That's how they got AOC.
That's very obviously what they did. Like they wanted to see like how palatable a gay candidate was to the country as a whole, and so they wanted to look and see.
The CIA did this?
No, I said the DNC.
Well, you said he was a CIA operative.
He did work with the CIA.
Buttigieg did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You're not supposed to.
I thought he was just a mayor of like Gary, Indiana or something. Oh,
or was he? I've never been to Gary, Indiana. Does it even exist?
My favorite part about Trump is that he fucked up the whole country with all of his COVID shit, and now somebody else has to deal with it. And then he gets to come back and say, I can't believe Biden fucked up the whole country.
I think that's what, no. I thought Trump is the reason we got the vaccine as fast as we did. Trump did fine.
Yeah. Operation Warp Speed.
Well, the things that Trump did that were dumb was like, he wouldn't. There was that one part where it really made him look stupid because you could see like there's no joke here. He's just dumb. He was talking about the light and how like ultraviolet light kills the virus. He's like, maybe there's some way to get that light onto people or who knows, maybe even inside of people.
Dude, it's like a cartoon. You shine a flashlight in your mouth, it comes out your ass.
Like, it was like he wanted to insert like a
it cleanses the whole inside.
That was the same thing. He said he wanted to use a disinfectant on your blood to take the COVID out of it.
Yeah.
Those were based on real things. He just, is not really great at explaining himself. I don't know if he's really good at explaining why someone sucks and why you should laugh at them, but he's not really great on summarizing articles that he read on Yahoo Science News.
Dude, what I like about the way he speaks is you can tell there is no plan most of the time. Like there's not a teleprompter. There's no one to dictate it to him. Like I do think it's funny when you see Biden be like, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of the country. Repeat this line.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see Biden?
Like Trump will say stuff like you can tell he's thinking of the next thing to say. He's like, and Elon, my God, Elon people. And everyone will be like, yeah. And he's like, Elon, the worst. Am I right, folks? He's the worst. He's possibly inarguably, actually.
I wasn't sure where I was going with
it. The whole
the
time.
worst.
And he's just buying
and he's
time
just thinking of things to
what
say.
He's actually going to say because he can burn 2 minutes letting them applaud and just saying random things. Like, oh, he's the worst.
It's because he's up there. He's up there doing a tight five, like in the beginning, like testing his.
You know
material.
what he's actually like? Like we've often compared him to a comedian, but he is a performer. But what he actually is like an old timey preacher. That's what he actually is. He has that grip on the audience, and he has that ability to sort of like float around his sermon of the day. That's what it's like. He's like more like a religious leader than a comedian, but he's a performance artist for sure. and like his style is weird. It's like watching one of those drunken kung fu guys. You're like, what? He's just stammering about nothing. But
he's got good delivery with his jokes though, and that's what I care most about.
And he gets his message forward, even if he like gave you this word salad that didn't at times make sense and was just repetitive.
Well, he'll say his like point in like 2 seconds and then need to boost it for like another 5 minutes. Where he'll be like, all these illegal immigrants, folks, all these immigrants, they're depressing wages for the middle class. It's bad for people. Very bad news. Also, what do you guys airplane food? Am I right? The thing about it, my God, these peanuts. They used to offer peanuts, believe it or not. Then these liberals, they said people are allergic to them. You can't offer them. I say that's ridiculous. And then like it's 5 more minutes of that, and people are like, ah, and it's like, what is
awesome.
Yeah, that's more funny.
I fucking love peanuts.
I hate it.
I'd be like, I like peanuts too, President Trump.
Trump's charm never worked on me, and it frustrates the fuck out. Like when he was like, "Hey, these water efficient toilets. Sometimes I have to flush them 15 times."
Yeah,
really? What kind of shit are you taking?
I mean, that's also just hyperbole. He's being funny. That's better.
That's how you
doesn't
take
work
a
on me.
prison
I
shit.
don't like it. That was my point. Other people love this stuff. They hear it flush the toilet 15 times, they go bonkers with it. I'm like, well, now you're just full of shit. Not anymore, but
I think it's
you were
feel
do
prior
you
to
like
that.
listening to politicians talk, Woody? Like I just
Pete Buttigieg.
listening to any other politician talk, like even Trump, sometimes just makes me feel so sick that I think I'm gonna die. Like because I'm like, just fucking stop lying,
what's
you
cool-
total piece of shit. Drop dead.
One of the coolest things about Trump is that occasionally we're definitely getting 100% honesty from the most powerful man who'd ever lived. He was speaking off the cuff about what he felt right then, and it was wild.
You're just telling me this now. This is the first time
no
I heard
one
of this.
else does that.
Never
Who
heard
is that
this before.
powerful?
No one knew that healthcare was complicated.
My God, did you know? My God, people are telling me. Did you know? People are actually, believe me, they're going bankrupt in this country from medical costs.
And it's like every once in a while, politicians will say stuff like that, where like it just reveals how distant they are from the average person. We're like fucking AO's, like Lindsey, whoever it is, Lindsey Graham, like, and it's just ridiculous. These people are trying so hard to get through life, and they can't even have secret gay sex like I can to try and deal with it.
Yeah.
They can't even get they can't have their ass absolutely plundered the way I do every single evening. I have my friends over. I have them put their eye patches on, and then they go to plundering.
Their eye patches.
Yeah, I'm a pirate guy.
Oh, okay.
he's into pirates.
You know what they call those? Peggers.
Right?
Peggers.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I
Makes
am.
perfect sense.
I'm a straight man from South Carolina.
You know,
I'm certainly, that's the funniest thing on earth is that people in South Carolina are like, I'm voting for this straight conservative again. And he's like literally wiping cum off his lip as he's walking to the podium. That guy is very obviously
like
gay.
how
And
he
there's nothing
votes.
wrong with that.
well, I mean, didn't your representative there get arrested for something? Like, wasn't it something wild?
Who? I don't know.
He was your ex-governor, right?
Oh,
Something big like
Greitens.
that.
Yeah, Greitens. There was a big thing about the ex-governor of Missouri, and then I saw something recently about like that he was like trying to get back in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't. I gotta tell you, I don't give a fuck who's the governor of Missouri. I just don't care.
Voting sucks.
Voting
I'm
does
not
suck.
allowed.
I'm never doing it again.
None of you should.
High five.
I'm replacing voting with threatening letters to elected officials.
Might be more effective.
They'll sort that whole voting thing right out for you, like they did me.
No, but it's via Kyle Myers.
no, not again.
Just like you flying into Albuquerque, I'm gonna set up a PO box next to your house and have it sent from there.
No, don't do that.